Five Nights at... sorry, YouTube has a thing where you can't swear within the first couple seconds of the video, so... nice shirt, by the way. Five Nights at Boys. Oh, you gotta be shitting me! Now, before I talk any further about the game, I'd like to quickly mention that we are so close to 3,000 subscribers. When we hit that number, I'll make a Discord server, so be sure to subscribe, not only for that, but also if you enjoyed FNaF, as I'm all about the series. FNaFB, as I'll start calling it, is a parody of the game Five Nights at Freddy's. This said parody was created by Sable Lynn and Joshua Shaw based on the concept by Sable Lynn, stating, "How much could I reach up Five Nights at Freddy's?" Wow, truly the words ever to be spoken by a human. The game itself was released on November 22nd, 2014 on everyone's favorite site, Tumblr. Which sounds weird nowadays, but I'm sure people were downloading games off Tumblr at the time, right? It wouldn't be until March of 2015 where the game would get traction as it was uploaded on Game Jolts. This was perfect timing since this was also the same year where fan games were being published left and right on the site. Now, you might be thinking, if so many fan games were being uploaded, wouldn't FNaFB get lost in the crowd? No, actually, because one, it was 2015 and we let stuff like this get popular.
Holy shit! What the hell?
And two, it took the FNaF series in a completely new genre being RPG. FNaFB found immediate success with YouTubers, animations, and hilarious quotes I'm sure some FNaF fans are still saying to this day, like,
"Freddy, my fucking head is gone."
I wouldn't recommend saying in public though. Tried it, got pepper sprayed, but hey, they say it's better to fail trying than live wondering what could have been. Now there are two versions of this game, one being the original dubbed final mix and the other being part of a remake collection where it remade all three of the games in the series. For the sake of this video, I'll be talking about the remake edition since that appears to be the definitive way to play it as it contains the sequels plus a surprising amount of lore for a shitpost. All of that though might be saved for a future video. For now, let's talk about where it all begun. The game clearly sets its tone right away when it gives us the story, if you want to call it that, saying Freddy wants to have a hardcore night of debauchery, but to do so, he must shut on all the cameras to prevent his detection. Get good and join today. Please? Please? Once in the game, we can see this game's interesting visual style. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's not bad in the slightest. In fact, I find it charming with these little characters with big heads going around saying the fuck word. I also like how we're seeing this whole game throughout a camera, which, wait, if we're destroying all the cameras, how are we able to see through them? Anyways, these graphics, am I right? What else is there to say about it? I mean, I don't know, looks better than FNaF World. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. We control Freddy as we make our way around the pizzeria fighting enemies. He's able to take down all his foes as he serves as a more all-around character, being great for any situation. Heck, I trust him with a car battery. He has a max total of 1,798 HP, with skills you unlock throughout the game that can only be used if you have special points or SP, which you gain by drinking soda. Freddy's skills contain Top Hat Toss, where he'll throw his top hat at the enemy hitting them twice. Lead Singer that has him screech into his microphone causing extra damage to already poisoned foes, with the move itself being able to poison. Parade or March, which causes Freddy to wind up his music box and play a tune with a high chance of sedating the target. And lastly, Death Inhale, being Freddy's most powerful move, where he'll set off a huge explosion dealing severe damage. But the catch to this move is that it can only be used once per battle. While yes, Freddy is strong, he is much stronger with his friends you can unlock during the game. They don't join so easily, however, with each character requiring you to go through a series of events. First is Chica, where to unlock her you need to find a key located in the bathroom, then using the key on the kitchen door. This immediately makes her join your team with a max of 2020 HP, and she serves as a healer of the group, having skills like Pizza Pass, which heals any of her friends giving tons of HP with a high chance of removing any status effect, Fearless Flight that has her soar into the air and swoop down on her enemies with a chance of removing any buffs they have, Caffeine Revival where she'll revive a friend, and lastly Mama Bird that has Chica shoving soda down a friend's throat, increasing defense and restoring 50% SP. Next character is Bonnie, who has this scene with Freddy which is just engraved in my mind, and most FNaF fans who grew up watching the SFM memes based on the series.
"Freddy, my fucking head is gone."
Use one of the spares, you fucking shit.
But it's not the same.
Let me guess. You want me to go find your fucking head?
Yes.
I fucking hate you.
From the clip you saw, you can be safe to assume to get Bonnie on your party, you have to retrieve his head, with the only way of doing that being to go into the girls' restroom and collecting a voucher. Chica comes in handy for this part as Freddy can't go into the ladies' room since it's just not him. What do we need the voucher for, you might be asking? Well, this is where Balloon Boy comes in, being the guy you talk to when it comes to buying items and upgrades. Hold up though, as it's time for a small detour of what Balloon Boy brings to the table. He only spawns after defeating the main party hat of each room. Each room has its own party hat where once you beat it, new armor and weapons go up for sale. But in general, you can buy pizza to heal and soda to use special skills. Plus, Balloon Boy will always sell you the same items no matter where you go in the pizzeria. The most important thing though is that you're able to get key items in order to progress in the game. Speaking of that though, you're able to use a voucher I mentioned earlier to purchase Bonnie's head, which gets him into your team. Now, Bonnie with a max of 1991 HP is supportive in a different way, whereas Chica can heal her teammates, Bonnie can serve as another means to get more damage, plus one of his skills is buffing a member of the party. Speaking of skills, Bonnie contains Bunny Hop, where he'll hop on the enemy's head, Rift Wave, that causes him to generate a strong vibration from his guitar with a chance to poison, Backup Bash, which has Bonnie charge up and smash his foes with the guitar, and lastly Motivation Jam, which is the one I was talking about when he said he can support in different ways, as this one increases the attack of a party member thanks to a motivational song.
Bonnie's my name, I'm aim.
Last but not least in terms of characters is Foxy, and in order to unlock him, you have to burn down Pirate's Cove. Because, yeah, logically, I'm sure I'd want to join someone's party if they burnt down my house. A lighter is required to burn down Pirate's Cove, but that can easily be obtained in a chest. However, Balloon Boy decides to be a bitch and take it. So you have to buy it back from him and burn down Pirate's Cove, unlocking Foxy. Foxy at max has 1604 HP with a high speed plus the benefit of being able to do a lot more damage in one go, with his skills containing Plank Walk, where he'll make the enemy walk the plank with a chance to paralyze, Rushdown, which has Foxy repeatedly rushing into an enemy doing a high amount of damage at the cost of Foxy losing some HP in the process. Speed Share allows Foxy to share speed with the rest of the party. And lastly, Sea Shanty, which makes Foxy hum a tune, decreasing the attacks and defense of an enemy. That is all the characters you can expect to see throughout a normal run, and honestly, while the gameplay stays the exact same with the only changes being new moves every 5 levels, I still find it so addicting. I love the copyrighted music that plays during the battles, I wouldn't dare to play for a second. But overall, the addictive gameplay plus the fun music creates a fun battle system. With this team finally assembled, there's nothing stopping you from fighting the enemies you'll face throughout your adventure, like party hats, and mostly party hats. There are all different varieties of party hats, all determined by the area you're in, with the power levels serving as a way to tell the player how difficult a room is. From the lowest to highest in terms of difficulty, you have Alpha Party Hat, Beta Party Hat, Gamma Party Hat, and Omega Party Hat. There is also this Party Hat, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but never takes damage no matter what you throw at it, so whenever I encounter this enemy, I press the run button. What you can't press the run button on are boss fights, which are the cameras Freddy wants to shit on. In total, there are 10 cameras to fight. I've always wondered this though, so maybe someone in the comments who has just more knowledge of the game than me could clear this up. Why is it in the Power 3 section, the camera boss is super easy? Like, look at this footage. Look at it, it just goes down so easily. Anyways, after defeating 8 of the 10 cameras, you're suddenly given a time limit to prepare for the puppet. You can either use all the time to prepare or confront him in the bathroom, but both ways you'll be forced to fight him, after which you're able to continue the game and are able to fight the puppet again whenever you like. Most people like myself though, find themselves beating the last 2 cameras, which leads to the power being shut off and the office doors opening. Going to the office leads to the final boss, Golden Freddy, who is mad that Freddy didn't invite him to his night of debauchery. This is the most intense battle during a normal playthrough, which rewards the player with this scene once Golden Freddy gets taken down. Okay, well, it's not amazing, but you know, that was the game. What did you think of it, Freddy?
It was fucking stupid.
Aww. And that is a basic rundown of FNaFB. Now, of course, I did not get anywhere close to talking about every single detail of this. There is practically a whole other game in here, when you choose a higher difficulty, that is. Here is footage of someone else playing it, and just, how did you end up here? From what I'm seeing, there's also a way to get Golden Freddy in your party. Plenty of secrets to discover, like being able to get a dragon's... yeah, I don't think YouTube would like it if I said what this item was, so if you know, you know. Let's just say it's pretty darn effective when used. There's also this random jump scare. I will also mention how there's a whole other ending you can get when defeating the final boss, where you're greeted with the real final boss, Balloon Boy, who reveals that this was all a means to get you all killed. But since we didn't, he decides to do it himself. But little does he know, I didn't get to this point, and instead letting this YouTuber finish him off for me. So haha! FNaFB as a whole left a strong impact on the fanbase, as during this period you cannot escape Freddy with cool sunglasses. I've been sprinkling it here and there, but the main reason people love this game is the humor with how the dialogue is written. Now in today's society, is it a bit dated? Yeah, there's no getting around that. Heck, Markiplier thought this game looked dumb all the way back in 2015, so many years later, I don't blame any new fans of the FNaF series to just not understand this fan game. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand FNaFB.
Inhale my.
The humor is extremely subtle,
Inhale my.
and without a solid grasp of theoretical physics,
Inhale my.
most of the jokes will go over the typical FNaF fan's head.
Inhale my dong enragement child.